What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another uniform review video. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look at Spider-Man 2099's uniform in this one. So we have his all-new, all-different uniform. The uniform bonus here for him is going to be apply to self, increase damage dealt to supervillain type characters by 10%, so nothing too special in there. It's only a 10% boost, but we have two skill changes here that are pretty nice actually. So we have Fracture on the second skill here to make him maybe a little bit more viable in PvP, which he was already pretty good in PvP just because of his invisibility, because invisibility is really nice. And then we have the fifth skill here, now has some damage accumulation on it. We've got the webbing, and we've got the remove active buffs from target. So a lot of nice stuff going on here. And also, yes, it is a V-pad skill, so you can move it around. So a lot of good things rolled into this fifth skill right here. So let's go ahead and jump into the skill preview and see what these two new skill changes actually look like. And also the suit is looking really nice here. It's all new, all different. I kind of like the color scheme. It looks really cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and see that second skill. So the second skill is pretty much the same as his old second skill. The only difference is the kind of illusions that go flying in there, or the holograms, whatever they're supposed to be. I think they're probably holograms. Come flying through and doing that extra bit of hits and damage. So that's pretty much the only change to the second skill. Well, outside of the fracture and the stun, I believe, is also new. I don't remember him stunning on the second skill. But the fifth skill is where really kind of changes the character around. So if we jump in here, boom, it is a nice iframe. But look at that, we can move around. We're shooting webs everywhere. We've got our illusions coming in, doing damage. We've got a lot more hits, which is the most important part to the change of this fifth skill, because previously he was getting like a third of the hits. So if we jump in here, boom, we're already up here 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 hits, 116 hits. I think his old uniform was getting like 64 hits or something like that. So it's pretty much doubling the hits, which will really help with his main issue, which is triggering his damage proc consistently on the fifth skill here, or his most damaging skill. So I think it's going to be a lot easier to trigger your damage proc now, which is really nice. I mean, you can still do what a lot of people do right there and let those kind of bombs play out for you, but I've always had kind of difficulties getting 2099's damage proc on the fifth skill to land, you know, close to the start of the skill. It seems to always happen like 20% of the way through, or even halfway through the skill animation. So really glad that they're adding a lot more hits on this skill here. And this movement, you are in an iframe, but it's still very valuable to have these kind of movement skills. So that means when you get out of this skill, you'll be able to place yourself a lot better. So you'll be able to avoid damage, avoid the boss's next attack, make sure you land behind them or something like that, or even start, you know, going a little bit further away from them, so you're hitting them from the kind of a distance here. If you know they're gonna, well, he flies in like that, but you know what I mean. So to be able to fly around like this is actually really nice, especially in World Boss Ultimate, where they're doing like the purple attacks, where they can actually pierce sometimes. So like if you're playing against Proxima, because he 2099 will work really well against Proxima, because he does the physical damage and he is a speed type. Then you can avoid those purple circles if you accidentally use this skill and go, oh no, she's starting to do that attack. Then you can kind of move a little further away from her, let those purple circles go, and then when you teleport over to her, the purple circles have to catch up to you, and you should be a lot more protected. So overall, I do like the two skill changes that 2099 has gotten here, so I'm a fan of that. I like the new look of the uniform. He now has his level 70, so I see him being a lot more relevant now in terms of doing like Proxima World Boss Ultimate, and especially in PvP as well. So yeah, it looks like he's going to be a solid character all around in terms of the new uniform versus his base kit at level 70. I think he will still perform a lot better in both, just because, like I said, it's going to be a lot more consistent with the damage proc, a lot more hits, and then the fracture on the second skill right here. So they kind of address two main areas, PvP and PvE, with these skills, and it looks like each one does it separately, because his old fifth skill was already a very long iframe. So that was pretty much good for both game modes. It was just trying to trigger that damage proc was my main issue. So yeah, I'm really happy with this uniform. I'll go ahead and back out here, and I will be purchasing this uniform. so that I can test him out a little bit more. So I'll probably do a video of like World Boss Ultimate, or maybe I don't really do PvP very much, but if you guys want to see me attempt to do some PvP, I can probably show him off a little bit. You have to let me know specifically in the comments if you do want to see that one, or else you're just going to see PvE content, because that's pretty much what I like to do. But yeah, so I'm going to try him out a little bit more, but overall, my first impressions of the uniform look like it's a very strong uniform for him. If you have 2099 already at tier 2 built up at all, I think this is a strong recommendation for him. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.